So let's see the fractions now. What in the fraction I mean with? Well, as we have seen that in the binary form, we actually go through and divide the things. Now in the fraction form, we need to multiply. Like in this case, our question is 0.1245. Let's say this is our number. So this is our decimal number system and we need to convert that into binary format. So how we are going to convert that into binary? And that is going to be the interesting question that we are going to learn here. So let's start with our table format. Remember, in this case, we have to multiply 0.1245 multiply 2 is equals to. Now again multiply 2 with the result. Well, don't worry, I just making the format so that we can learn the things quite easily and I can focus on telling you that what's happening and how it's happening. Okay, as you can see that I have written that 2 multiplied 2 6 times. So it should be given, and in our case it's given, that find till a 6-bit of binary. So it should be mentioned, otherwise we are just going to be keep multiplying and multiplying and multiplying, because in the dividing case the 1 was the last thing, the 1 by 2 was the last thing in which we have 0, and in the case of the remainder we were got 1 in this place. But there is nothing like this when you multiply, so we need to plunge into something that's already given. Okay, now we can begin with this. So let's start. So the first one we are going to get 0.249. Now multiply 0.249. Don't worry about these things, I have just removed, like it's 0 here, so I just removed the 0 because it will not make much sense. 0.498 and 0.498 here, that will going to give us 0.996 and then 1.992 and then 3.984 and then 7.968, and you know that what we are going to put here, 996, and in this case 1.992, and in this case 3.984, and that's the thing. Okay, don't think that I am calculating so fast, that I am not, that you already have seen, because I have already calculated these things in this case, because I do not want you to waste your time by multiplying and showing you how to multiply. I don't want to question your competence of multiplication. I know you are smart, so I just save some time, that's it. Now it's time to write the integer here. Like we have written the remainder, that was our answer. In this case we are going to write the integer. And what is the integer we mean? Like here it's not integer, so we are going to write 0. Here it's fraction, 0. Here it's fraction, 0. Now the first integer, the 1 here occurred, so we are writing 1. Now the 3 occurred here, so yes, it is an integer. 7, yes, it is an integer. Remember, we do not need to write 3, it will get wrong, or 7, it will get wrong, because in the binary world there is no 3 or 7. Okay, now as you have remembered from the previous one that our answer is always been like, we take in this manner, but in this case we go upside down. Yes, everything changes from the integer part to the decimal part, in decimal to binary. Okay, you can compare both these things. Okay, now what will going to be our answer? Our answer will going to be 0 0 0 1 1 1 and the decimal here. Like let's remove the decimal just this way. Okay, now just write 2. So this is the answer for our 0.1245 and base 10. So now I think you have understood the concept very clearly. Like when we are having integer number without the fraction part in the decimal, we divided it and we took the remainders together and assembled it from downside up, and we got our answer. And in the fractional part one, we just did the similar thing, but instead of dividing, we are multiplying. We must be given that how many bits we are going to divide up. Like in our case, we have 6 bits, and then take the answer from upside down, like I just presented in front of you. And I think it will be very clear from this point that how we are going to work with these things. And that's the most interesting part that came to a point where it's ending up. Okay, I would like to correct one thing too. Let me correct it. I cannot say I forgot that. I just didn't wrote that. Okay, so it's decimal, right? As I told you, I was waiting for you to just question that how will you know how in which world you can understand that it's binary or the fractional part, it's representing the fractional part. How will you know that? Well, we know that because the decimal is present here. So we are not changing the decimal. Now you can be happy and your question marks are going to be over. Okay, so we have learned the fractional part too, and this is gonna be very, very, very fantastic. And now you are able to communicate with the machine through your decimal number system to binary, and you are able to understand the binary into decimal. Now that we have also studied the octa number and hexa numbers, that we are also going to learn the convergence so that we can ease up all the things wherever it will going to come in the digital electronics future. We know, and we know it very, very clearly. So we are going to watch that in just a moment. Take care and just stick with it. God bless.